snack fundamentals.
Tell me more.
I love this. There's something about that. That's
Like a card.
it's like a card. That's satisfying. Like yes, yeah. We out here, we live. This is Creating Mayo. We gon' To be fair, you should be singing because you got the voice. I should be ad-libbing because I love ad-libbing.
You do.
Okay, guys. Today, as you can see, we want to do. We've done these already. Videos soon come. 2 viewers maybe if we're lucky. We're gonna say
3
humble.
viewers.
You're right.
You were the 1. I was the 2. Let's get a 3rd person in here.
Right. Probably a family member. The value of iteration.
Yes.
The video was garbage, but we learnt a lot about our own iterative process.
What video was garbage? The first one we did.
You know, the one with the kid explaining it on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I didn't see it.
What I wanted to say was applying PSI to RANT, and
if it's not comfortable yet, to say rules and tools. RANT stands for rules and tools. Rules and tools. Rules and tools. Rules and tools. RANT.
Okay.
It
PSI.
so crap, man. RANT. I don't like it. Rats.
Rata.
Can we say rats?
Rat. Like 3 R's.
Rats. Rules and tools.
Retro
You mean
gaming.
rats?
You say it kind of nice.
Rats.
So like, okay, yeah. If I was called Rat like that, it'd be okay. There's
Hey,
worse
rats.
Okay, no, actually now.
You rats.
Whoa. Listen, you rat. PSI, we split that up into 3. Elevator pitch, ideas, and businesses. And when I was thinking about that, I was thinking about elevator pitch. And I was thinking, bro, for love build,
Rats.
for rat, and PSI requires you to be speaking to a target, requires a target,
100%.
whether that target is an
That's
audience or
one
an
of the
individual.
Most important things about that's your flexibility.
And having that target as a politician. Say what you said. Let's not lie. The stats are out there. We're gonna be 3 degrees.
Yeah.
We need. What are we doing?
No,
what can we do?
no. That's not.
What can
that's
we do?
not
Let me
me.
land.
That's not. Okay, sorry.
What can we do to? It's not what you're. No, I know. It's not what you're saying. What can we do to prepare our children for this eventuality?
Yeah, because
just like you have flood defenses.
Yes, you're right.
You need
exactly.
flood defenses for the mind.
100%. No, 100%. Because we're lying to people.
That's right.
We're still plotting
Pretending.
for a 1.5 degree future.
Bro, adults come to me and say, "You homeless, jobless piece of garbage. Why are you pretending?" And I say, "Listen, bro. You're the one pretending, bro. We're walking right into the gates of hell. Let's just be real. Keep it a bucky."
Do you think? Okay, question. Just side note. Do you think they're doing this so as not to panic people?
I think this is what we've always been doing, bro. Just kind of scrambling forward.
Because one day, let's literally go through the 3 degree future, what that looks like.
I don't really want to that much, but okay. This is Hereditary 2.0.
I think
I know it's going to be real
propels
bad.
you forward. It might, but do you know what?
What
we
more can I
two
do, bro?
people, we can do more, dude. We can do the thing that we said we were going to do. Let's
Which is
start
what?
there, the methane thing.
The what?
The food waste, methane. Let's
Okay,
start
okay.
like making stuff for that. And yeah, that could be cool.
Where do we put that?
So we can start in my building.
No, I mean, where do we put the content?
RANT. Here. It's Creative Mayo. It's literally
Okay.
our collective project. Or individual projects. Feel free to use this.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Because that's the thing that I think needs to be targeted. That feeling of... It's because the problem is so bad. It's like we're in a car and we're traveling 200 miles an hour. Not kilometers, miles an hour. And the guy is getting more and more tired. and you know he's not going to stop driving 200 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the back seat, you feel like, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's a bus and you're all the way back in the bus, and the bus is packed. You can't even see the guy who's driving.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, we're gonna die.
Yeah. And you accept that.
Might as well start dancing.
Yeah. No, seriously, make these last moments fun. I agree.
I think if we can target that feeling, then we can allow more action to happen. Because that's where it came from. Of like, what more can we do? Like, sure, technically I can do way more stuff. But the reality where I do 110% and get a full grey head of hair doing maximum, and me now, how much different is the climate, really? Nothing. No difference.
The thing about, I think that's where we're wrong. It seems to be exponential with warming. This is my understanding, and this is how I see it. Maybe partially to propel myself forward, and maybe this is just me lying to myself. Or maybe this is the version of thing that sits best with me, and that is, my understanding, the environmental impact of. So 4 degrees was the Ice Age, right? That was 4 degrees colder.
Oh, okay.
Right? That was the Ice Age.
Jesus.
Just 4 degrees.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
I'm moving back to Africa.
And so we have we've already hit 1. We want to cap it at 1.5. Not gonna happen. Probably 3 degrees. That seems to be the consensus with scientists, based on not only current trajectory but attitude towards climate action and government's willingness and corporation willingness, right? That trajectory. Because that seems to be exponential, that 3 degrees is bad, but 3.1 degrees is a lot worse. Little things, when we do individual little things, it seems like you're doing 110, but you're actually reducing warming by the effects by quite a lot if it's exponential. If that's like the change is massive when it's exponential. Even little changes are massive when it's exponential.
Bottle this positivity, because I don't want it to go.
Okay.
Keep it around. No, I'm not attacking it. I want it to have its own space to breathe and live its life.
Okay.
Over here, there's a feeling of, on the camera, over here, there's a feeling of, I'm 1 in soon to be 8 billion.
Yep.
My ability to change my environment is about that. Now we're in the West, so we do have the, 2, 4, 6, 8, we have the 4x effect of living in the West, which is pretty cool. So what's 8 billion divided by 4? 1, 2. So it's like 1 in 2 billion. That's how much I can affect the world. Still feels, I love that, but
no, it feels like that 100%. It feels like that's how do we turn this positivity, because this wasn't always my attitude.
Yeah,
this is more recent. This is from, and I'll show you the video later, from one of the dudes who was involved with the IPCC report. It was he created a TikTok account to make a video because he said a lot of the sentiment amongst young people that eco-dread is, we're screwed, there's a turning point after which we can't do anything about it, and he's like, whoever told you that probably came from like the fossil fuels industry. It's as if we're propelling towards that, and once that hits 1.5 degrees is when it hits. Do you know how long they've been saying it's going to hit in 2 years? It's going to hit in 2 years. I heard that in 2016. Yeah. It's 2022. You know what I mean? Whose interest would it be for us to believe that there's nothing you can do? 2 parties the people who benefit from the current situation.
I mean, the entire economy benefits from that.
Some more than others.
Because our entire modern economy is based
also
on consumerism. And what we really need to do is lower our rampant consumerism.
Yeah.
And that's the entire economy.
Or find better ways to consume Swap Shop. Plug.
Yo, Swappity is too cute. I like it, but I want one when I'm serious about it too. I can't be like, Swappity.
You really can.
Don't let anyone tell you no.
You can say swap, don't shop. That sounds assertive.
How about swap it, pop it,
that's
crop it,
serious.
top it, lock it.
Okay, so now we know
Jock
you can't be.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I want to say about PSI. Focusing on politicians, or local Labour politician, because we're in 016 one. Be like, this is the reality. Let's do that, bro. We're gonna do the thing for recycling, and we're gonna go to. Is it still the same guy, the same Labour guy for Manchester?
Yeah.
Black hair guy.
What's his name? Yeah, that guy.
We'll just go there. Okay. Or we'll ask for to do a recording.
With him?
Yeah. He's a local representative.
Yeah, Andy Burnham.
Or we'll meet him somewhere, right? He'll be at our event and we'll just...
You know who we should contact? We should contact Zara Sultana, man.
Oh, is that the one who was like...
Yeah.
Local Browning.
She's not from Manchester.
Mate,
she's from the south.
She seems like she keeps it 100. So
she
let's see how she... Because we... There's a lot of things we like, but we keep it 100.
Yeah.
So let's see how she interacts.
I keep it about 98.
Listen,
a lot of the time.
You keep it 80, I keep it 80. But together...
100.
When you're BSing,
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, you check
and when you're
BSing,
I'm like...
Okay, recycling. Alright. And contact these politicians. Politicians, I'm going to forget what that means.
And then stay fly like a pelican.
Yeah.
Something here apparently Universe wants to show us. Pretty cool.
And let's see if we can get a non-political answer out of Zara Sultana.
Boris did it!
Yeah, like if it's political, honestly, the love will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about Chomsky. It's never political, bro. When is it political? It's the stuff he believes. It doesn't feel political.
The stuff
but
he
it doesn't.
believes.
But these,
like he's perpetuating certain values, and that's what. That's
but
the
that's
same
not
fuel
political.
source as what politics.
No, it's not. No, I think a lot of the time, it's you're saying you get media training to protect yourself, and therefore you don't really give answers. Whereas Chomsky's never gets backed up into a corner. He just tells you where he stands. That's what I mean by political.
Label that. So I wouldn't call that political.
What would you call that? So it's like whenever someone fails to give an answer, it's like, oh, you'd make a great politician. It's the political answer.
It's like or like what, like talking political? Or what, a missive? I don't know. I'm just trying to use our visualization tool to help, because it's just like scientific method, where I was when I said scientific method, this massive thing, I was actually thinking of experiments and whatever.
Repeated experiments.
But I was using a massive term. It's like saying England, but we meant Manchester, kind of thing.
Yeah, or London, or the UK. Yeah, exactly.
And for this, I think a similar thing has happened. It's not quite the same, but a similar thing where you've said politics, which is massive.
Yeah.
And then you've said political answer, which is related to
it's a specific
saying a lot
thing,
without saying anything, and you think that comes from never taking an L. That's like the political meta.
Attempting to like it's a form of being. Like sitting on the fence almost, and also if you don't ever say anything real, or if you don't ever say anything solid, people can't point to you, but you said that. It's like, well, what I actually said was that. Oh, it's me, man. Oh, she always calling. Are you, love?
I'll make a coffee.
I'm in Bayo's house.
Streaming.
We're streaming, Mom. You're currently being broadcast live on YouTube. Yeah. I know. What would you like to say?
I love you. People of the world, I love you.
You want to tell the people of the world they love... Okay, unfortunately, we don't get any views.
Alright.
So you're just talking to Bayo and I.
Okay, then I hate them all.
You hate us.
Not you. Chataye.
We're in Bayo's house. I'm in Bayo's, so we're streaming right now. And I will come later on to spend the night. Yeah. Ow! Alright. Quite late because we're gonna be streaming till late. I'm not quite sure. I'll update you and I'll text Sai and she can tell you. Okay? But I will be eating there. Keep that in mind. I will be eating there. I will be eating at your house. I'll make something for myself. Alright, Khuda Paman, love you, bye bye. Bye bye bye. My mom said bye yo. Bye yo.
Someone now, Lord have mercy.
Okay, alright. Okay, let me Google that actually. That's interesting. Let's see if we can get an actual...
Hey, yo, Google that, pal.
You're a modern linguist. I think one field of study can definitely be, why is Ayo so satisfying to say? You have white kids saying it, black kids saying it, girls, boys, young and old. Ayo is just so... It's like, hey, like you're addressing them, but it's like chill at the same time.
Oh, a lot of perspectives here. A lot of perspectives.
Would you catch a share?
Okay, why do politicians never actually answer the questions that they've been asked?
Mm-hmm.
One, categorize these for me. Twitter tool it. Because then it's easier to rehearse an answer and bend the question to something already been thought of, so you seem clever as you answer the question quickly.
That's true. Yeah.
Categorize that. That's the sentiment of that answer. The next
Answer your own questions.
But why is that? That's not a sentiment. Give me a sentiment.
I'm not the sentiment queen, bro. I don't. Neutral.
I think that's negative.
Yeah, negative. Sure. Is that it? Neutral, negative, or positive?
Yeah.
I mean, all these are going to be negative then, because the question's leading.
No.
Isn't it? How's the question? How's the question?
The question was, why do politicians never actually answer the questions that they've been asked?
So I would say that question is negative.
Yeah.
Right?
Negative, more negative than positive, but it's leaning on neutral.
Neutral, negative.
Neutral, negative, yeah.
Okay, and that was a negative answer.
That was a negative answer. Next one, because they're too cowardly to state their position.
Very
Trump
negative.
was an exception.
Cowardly.
Cowardly, very, very heavy. Some questions are traps. Some questions are just displeasing to the prejudices of
That's
the politician.
true.
That's positive.
That's
though.
neutral, positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Being lenient towards the situation.
Exactly.
Situations that politicians
Another
face.
one, some politicians don't think well on their feet. Another neutral positive.
That is a neutral positive. It's surprising, actually. kind of refreshing. Because I just like politicians as much as the next man, but I'm so indie. Now it's so cool to hate politicians. I'm like, come on guys, give them a chance.
Me too. Me too. I could never put my point on it. Indie. It's indie. That's the word. It's indie. Okay. Another one. Distraction is the best part of getting attention. Is the best part of getting your attention on something else. Before a person is compelled to answer properly. So you're saying distract.
Neutral negative.
Yeah, I'd say neutral negative. Oh. Political speech is almost invariably an attempt to create a quasi-mythological heroic narrative. Bruh. This man.
One more time from the top, please.
Political speech is almost invariably an attempt to create a quasi-mythological heroic narrative. People may ask questions to get information, but a politician will answer the question in a way that presents a vision of himself to our nation.
Mm-hmm.
A politician's goal is not to inform, but to inspire. That is the nature of the political beast. Yo, this person needs to write a book. I hope they're writing, bro. What do you do?
This is the same post. It's all the same post. This is quasi.
Sorry, I should have said he's answered almost 5,000 questions on Quora.
Is that all
and
the same
he's had 7 million answer views. So he's a big boy. He's a big Quora man. Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy. Okay.
Okay. All right.
You took us here. What did you take from that?
Absolutely none. I wanted to find a word for this. Is it elusive? Mm-hmm. Is it cowardly? What is it?
I thought that was interesting.
Avoiding. Let's just say avoiding. It's avoiding. I
like the idea of answering your own questions, though. That was the first. That's what I.
But it's avoiding the question at hand.
Which is
whether it's a trap, whether it's not a fair question, or whether you're just being cowardly, whether they can't. It's avoidance.
But I think once the media own up, be mature, and confess their own roles that they have in bad situations, they made COVID worse. Factual. Not the presence of the media means that COVID is worse. No, chill. The fact that you raise the stakes and then constantly are willing to feed people with this information that is going to make them feel scared on a survival basis. It's not a healthy state to be in. We need to address things that are important, but that's not the only way to do so. Same thing with Boris. Left-leaning media are making Boris better because Boris is playing him like a fiddle. He's like, oh, I'll just drip feed him this. Oh, I'll just say this ridiculous thing that makes no sense, and they're going to focus on this instead of the policy I just put in.
Yeah.
Just playing them like, own up to it. Even if you accept this is how we make our money, this is how we have to do. Fair enough. Just be open,
they're not
bro.
gonna do that.
And that's why I can never trust them.
Yeah.
Every source that can't admit their own wrongs, I can't trust it, bro.
Yeah.
You're not God.
Yeah.
Media straight feels like it's God.
Yeah, it's very. It is. It's that. That's what Chomsky says about people, like journalists, see it as a very heroic and what's the word? Virtuous profession. Exactly, when it's not. But that's how they see it.
A slight caveat: in true investigative journalism, that should be defended.
Both should be defended.
The other guys, I don't care. Okay, let's get to the whiteboard.
Surfboard.
Board.
Okay, so fundamental things.
That was awesome. I like that. Politics, eh? Fundamental. So I thought maybe either could we have like a fundamental word cloud?
Okay. Oh no.
I don't mess with you to another place. It's so tricky, isn't it? I mean, you can technically do that, but then you'll sit further away from it. We're a bit locked in right now, but we're going to get a new we're going to get an existing camera and make it work. And maybe some some little mics, clip-on mics. I'm gonna be free. Rant, ready for our ADHD minds.
Our logo could literally just be a rat, bro, with our faces on it.
Rat.
Rats. I feel like the more fun it is, and the more we say it. Am I becoming a flipping queen at this? Alright. So today, can you explain what we're going to do today? This will be good for me as well, because I think it'll play into the onboarding. We can get up once we write something down, do a little chat, talk to me. But not, see, what we did yesterday for claims was great. I feel like a day per fundamental, absolutely necessary. Today, let's briefly go over them, introduce the idea
lay
of
of the
them.
land, and then we can check it off or whatever as we go around.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep this, and this can be our check mind map. So,
alright,
claims.
so I wanted to explain emotional mapping yesterday, and I introduced
Can
something
I tick it?
that
Oh,
wasn't...
no, wait, hold on.
Yeah, I guess you could, yeah. I introduced something that wasn't an emotional map or an intuitive idea, and therefore Mario said, do the fundamental ideas first, and then any concepts that build off those fundamental ideas, we can then point back to the point we've explained in the past, and we both have a clear understanding of what's being said when those things are mentioned. So, I don't like the cross out. How dare you do that to the claims?
No, because they're done. Done.
Oh, I can barely remember what we did yesterday. That's why I'm worried.
No, I know exactly what we did yesterday.
Brilliant.
We did what claims were. Then we did types of claims. We gave an example. Territory. Oh, beyond territory. All right then.
So let's get down the list. So let's get down to business.
And I'm gonna down play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town to shut the ish down around. Am I gonna witness? Hell yeah!
Claims, sequences.
Sequences or sequencing? I thought it was sequencing. Yeah.
SEQUENCES. And then a line from that, I had sorting.
It's not a whole individual thing. We can
do it next, sorting next to it, and they can be grouped together.
Yeah, in grouping.
Ooh. That's actually what's next, grouping. G. Oh no, yo, it's actually warm. I swear my body's used to being cold, so now that it's warm, my body's like...
Can't take it. What are you trying to pull, lad?
I don't get it.
We've just got used to this.
We optimised.
We gave up all our fat.
Wait, what?
I don't know where that went.
Other way around. We added a layer of fat.
We didn't add a layer of fat though. We lost fat. We've been working out, bro.
True.
Okay, grouping. Wait, do we not want to talk about it, or do we want to cross it off?
I just want to get
Explain
it out
these.
there first.
Oh, all
because
of them.
if we're not going to finish editing it.
Okay,
and you said you wanted to deep dive into one of them.
Okay, so we have sequencing, no. You're just adding them.
Just add to get a lay of the land, and then quick gloss over. And
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Then we should put these in a corner somewhere, always.
Okay.
Figure out how to do that.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it now. Oh, we can type it out faster.
Yeah. Go.
In and out.
Not the burger joint.
Binary.
I saw such a great impression today of someone doing the gingerbread man from Shrek. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, it's hilarious. Okay, we can watch that later in our break. It's so good. Not the muffin man.
Binary. Tool. I've got binary tool.
Got tools. I've got rules and tools.
That's actually classist. Visualizations.
We can make that. How's that classist? I'm from here too. That's what I sound like.
That's what I sound like.
That's what one sounds like. Go on.
Visualizations.
Are there any left?
Yes, there's loads.
Yo. Bow, 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 bow.
Value. Trust. Exchange, which is EX.
I'm
Or
just gonna write exchange.
you can do the 2 arrows.
I'm
That's
just going to write
as well.
exchange.
Okay.
We can do a similar version for this once we have a infographic for everyone.
And then a link to, you don't have to write this, but I've written down here is a link to exchange's path, because a path is the history of exchange, something that we defined earlier.
But paths aren't fundamentals? No, they're not fundamentals. Paths are
A history of exchange.
definitions.
Definition.
Hey. Okay.
Sandbox. There's 4 more. Demand, or DM,
Demand.
this also stands for dark matter. A double entendre.
Entendre.
Focus. In third place, focus. In second place, scale. And in first place, weighing in at 600 many micrograms, perspectives.
What would you like to do today? Let's take a minute to appreciate our... No, that's favouritism.
Although, I did say in first place, so it's favouritism.
Okay!
We do love a good perspective. What the? My brain was looking for a heart, so I was like,
Okay. These are the fundamentals? All of them? 100%? We can add to it. We can add to it. This is subject to change. Okay. Is there any particular one that you want to start with? Claims was great.
What about you, bro? Drawn to anything?
Scale is a beauty. I use claims and I use scale in my life now, and that's thanks to you.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. That's why I use it. So scale, art, scale, and perspectives linked. Claim.
Every perspective is from a scale.
Yeah.
So that's
And your
definitely
scale determines your perspective. It shapes your perspective.
it shapes your perspective, or limits it, shapes it.
I was going to be like, what about looked? It was there.
Well,
Exchange. Okay.
So it's quite interesting because there was a YouTube video, TikTok, where a guy was answering the question. He had 2 different clothes on. He was saying, "Listen, bro, there's something faster than the speed of light." The guy said, "Nothing can move through space faster than the speed of light." He says, "Well, isn't the universe expanding?" I said, "Yes. More technically, the space in between galaxy clusters is expanding." It's a long video, but what he said was, speed is distance divided by time. But the rate of the universe expanding is distance divided by something divided by distance. It's like distance divided by... What was it? Distance divided by time divided by distance.
That's a pound.
You're not going to keep track of all these.
I am. £19. It's up here.
It's 18.
It's 90.
Trying to gaslight.
I shall not be
Broken while my eyes are open. So the distance between galaxies is expanding, and the larger the galaxy is. So megaparsecs. For every megaparsec, the speed of expansion increases by 70 kilometers a second, something like that. So, like the larger the universe gets, the faster it starts to expand away. The faster it expands. That can then happen once the universe gets large enough. Then, based on that 70 kilometers a second rule, you can then get faster than the universe. You can get faster than the speed of light. Sorry.
You mean the rate of expansion will be higher than the speed of the speed of light?
That's right.
Okay.
So therefore, there's something faster than the speed of light.
There isn't. There can be.
There is. There can be, and there is. It's happening right now. The universe are already large enough.
Okay. All right. So it's actually traveling faster.
So there are galaxy clusters out there that we will never be able to see because the light will never be able to reach us. Because it's moving. That gap in between is moving too. Yeah.
Quickly.
And kind of scary and sad in a way. But maybe it's best that humanity can never get there.
We ain't getting there, bro. Even if we want to.
I mean, you probably wouldn't call them humanity anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to be called humanity after you've read our history? You know what I mean? You're like, that I do not identify as a warring, racketeering. The answer to that question was, you can only move through space-time at the speed of light.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the speed of the universe expanding is actually closer to a rate or a frequency. And the reason I bring this up...
That's just a definitional thing.
Yeah, it's a definitional thing. It's not speed.
We've got those flies that we've got in our house.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they come from?
I don't know. I hope outside.
Okay.
The reason I bring that up is because as he was explaining it and showing equations, he mentioned a scale factor.
Okay.
And so, I would like to research what the hell that is.
Okay.
Because if physicists have already talked about scale, then I don't mind pinching it.
You can write in straight lines and stuff. This is incredible. When I first used this, I thought this is the worst invention. Really, we've got Lambda that's already sentient, and my pen and pad are not aligned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It just seems like our priorities are a bit whack.
I'm not offering you any of these because your mum's, you said.
Oh, no, I'm offing, bro. Yeah. Thank you. I would have, if I wanted it, I would have gone and grabbed one.
I'm
glad. Also, that Rustmanite that we bought in a tub, that's the greatest value for money I've ever seen.
The ice cream. Was it like £2?
£2.50 for that huge tub, and I was eating quite a lot of it as well, because I was walking up the stairs. And that lasted for ages, like way longer than 4 coffees would have. Amazing, amazing. Never gonna get scammed again. Not me.
Uh-oh.
Go on. Site starts.
You go.
The site starts, yeah.
Eat villain art.
Or I'll start a TikTok dedicated to helping people save money. Don't buy Coldfare. Buy Coffee ice cream. Okay. Alright.
So
Scale. Scala.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scale.
Bro.
Yeah.
Zoom out, bro. I realised Scale is predicated on something else.
On what?
Grouping. You need
It's
to
not
group.
predicated.
So my old definition was, you need to group in order to scale.
Something's already grouped for us. Grouping as a concept is not really new.
No.
It's intuitive. Grouping in the context of rats it might be specific, but scale works without grouping. But we can start with
Show
grouping.
me.
So remember the video that I showed you where the dude was like, "You think you're in America? Zoom out, bro."
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
that's scale.
But America is a grouping.
That's
being
already been
pedantic.
done.
I'm being pedantic.
That's what I mean. It is a grouping, but there are groupings that have been done for us,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And scale is intuitive because it's a word that we're not changing its meaning. We're utilizing its meaning for a particular purpose, or we're telling people to keep this in mind, but it's a thing that already exists. Scale exists in people's minds.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Done.
Finished. All right, we're off. So okay, where can it apply? Tell me.
So with the hope of increasing clarity when people communicate and people exchange,
For what?
basically every human interaction at some point can benefit from
Improve what? Clarity.
when two people interact with one another, they make presumptions. And a lot of those presumptions are not said or not even really accepted. And that's how a lot of disagreements can happen. And I think some of the presumptions that people make are scale. So when someone says like, "This is difficult," speech, and one person is thinking about every workout they've ever done, or Arnold Schwarzenegger lifting a car or some shit. Like, no, it's not difficult. But in terms of today, right now, never working out before in your life, it's challenging, it's difficult. Where are my glasses, bro? I've been looking. Jinkies! Oh, I lost my glasses!
So when people interact with one another, they make assumptions. So what is scale being used for clarity? Where can we use it, or where can we... So where can we apply it? In what settings? So let's take the ones where people already apply it. So there are groupings that have already been made, right?
Where can be? I'm actually really, I'm not really bad at. This is so fundamental.
Yeah.
I've taken it so for granted.
Because
I
we
can't even
haven't thought.
explain it.
Yeah, but that was the same with claims yesterday. We got there by asking
I'm
questions.
panicking.
Don't panic. We've got this. We've done this before. We've been here. It's just a different room in the same house.
Mashallah.
Same rules apply. All right. There are existing groupings, so we can apply it to existing groupings. For example, city, country.
Oh, you're saying it like that. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Earth. Milky Way. Millie. Way. Right? Scale. Out. 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 You're scaling it. You're scaling it out. Right?
Or inside, when you have those infographics where it's like an elephant, a human, a dog, a mouse, a spider.
Yeah,
and
from
a
size.
cell, an amoeba.
Yeah, this is also size related.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it was. I thought it was the opposite not because it wasn't physical, but because it was zoom in instead of zoom out.
So that's the way in which we already use it. Are there new ways that we're using it, or new ways that you've suggested we can use it?
So in the thinky world, in the ideal realm, you can apply scale to problems, and people already do that.
In what way? Can you give me an example?
The idea of the phantom traffic, where one person brakes and the person behind brakes a little bit more, and the person behind brakes a little more, the person behind brakes, and eventually you're like 20 cars back and you just stop moving, and nothing's happened. You're just, because of this succession of individuals. No, it's a bad example of scale.
You could also do time. So you've got size. Time. So like what time scale are we talking? The last 10 years? The last 100 years?
Perfect.
1,000?
Okay. What else we got?
So we've got hour, day, week, month, etc. Right? So we've got size, time, we've got I was going to say impact.
I'm in the wrong room. I'm looking in a room which is talking about like emergent properties that happen at certain scales. That's the room that I'm in. That's what I was failing to explain with the car thing.
Okay, that's okay. What do you want to talk about?
I don't.
Emergent properties. I can join you.
Like individual actions, and then if you scale out how those individual actions kind of aggregate into a tsunami of action.
Okay. Isn't that size?
Okay. I think because it's human phenomena, I'm applying some kind of T perspective when it's actually... I'm just in the wrong room, bro. I'm lost in this house.
It's okay. Think about it. Emergent
no, you're right.
properties. I'm going to write this down because this is interesting, but we don't have to come back to it.
Okay. So can you think of other things, how it applies?
So, for me, really, it's size and time.
Okay. Could I quickly have a look back to claims and see?
Yeah.
Because what you were doing, you were like splitting stuff, binary tooling. Oh, sorry, I need to not have that on there. So I want to see what you were doing, and then we can see if we can apply that kind of just like PSI.
So you said where it started. Okay, so let's talk about that. Where did scale start?
I actually have no idea. It's so intuitive. You know, like everyone knows what scale is. You know what I mean? You walk up a hill and look down.
So what was our definition of fundamental? Go down because it's in here.
Okay. guess this is me BSing, and then you came with the logic.
Intuitive, and people tend toward it. Yeah.
This is therefore.
Yeah. So fundamental is intuitive. It is intuitive. So it fits. One of the things we wanted to do with these is make sure that they fit, and if they don't, can we change our definition of fundamental, or can we drop it?
Domination, uwu. Claims, fundamental, intuitive. Claims, intuitive, types. I feel like that's what you're doing now, right? You're like just types, time, and size.
Yeah.
Claims are assessed over things, about things. Like a use case. We feel that claim. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So let's do here. So these are the types of claims.
Yep, types. And then I feel like, could we make another distinction in terms of... Oh, maybe we don't have to. But I just thought, like, because you said last time it was claims, you have synthetic claims. And you also have synthetic scale in a sense. Like you have non-material, you have like metaphysical applications of entities which can also benefit from scale, just like the space and just as time.
Okay, give me an example.
Like, so just like the T and the U, like time as an actual time, GMT, scale as an actual physical meterage, and in terms of ideas, like that's like an internal or a metaphysical realm.
Okay.
And
can
that can also apply there.
Can you give me an example? Just so I...
So like when you're like visualizing in an idea, and we're saying, when we went to the rally, and he was and I said, the first thing I wrote was US versus Russia, and then I circled US versus, and then every time he mentioned versus, I wrote an arrow. This is an attempt to visualize the concepts that he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole thing, if we draw a box around it, is in the kind of metaphysical realm, or you can call it whatever is more intuitive. And even here, you can scale out and just see this as like human conflict. Or you can scale in.
That seems like it's a size thing to me.
And it is. Yeah. It is. It's a size thing applied to the metaphysical. Or what you were saying last time, I thought was synthetic. Because you were talking about synthetic claims yesterday, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, maybe I'm just
Okay.
applying.
Okay.
Maybe it's just a distinction that is one of infinite, and it's not.
So synthetic in terms of claims was related to the fact that you have claims that are perceived as real, and then claims that are man-made, and by man-made I mean made up today outside of existing systems. So maybe what you're saying is that there are existing groupings like cities and other things related to size, and then there are new types of groupings related to the grouping of subject matter. But isn't that already exists too, like philosophy, and then you zoom in, you have Nietzsche.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's not, again, it's not new. It's not synthetic.
New. But where is it? Like, it's not space. It's not you'd say that size. Yeah, I guess it's size.
It's size. It's covered in, and if you want to split it up.
No, we don't have to. We'll just put that in size. Within size, you have all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
physical,
like ideas and material and non-material.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Let's write it down. So applies to material and non-material. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Right. Where else can you apply scale?
So should we try to do a
Well, energy. Like you have different scales of energy. Low energy, low energy is cold. High energy is hot. That's also a scale.
That's not scale, is it?
It's not a scale.
Is that scale?
I mean, quite literally, it's a scale, but you don't think so? I don't know.
Well,
Like, or you just say that's energy or whatever. You just. Well, no, it's not scale. I think I'm.
I don't think it's scale.
I don't think it's scale. Because and then density would just be size again. I guess. Okay.
So PSI.
Apply PSI. Can't hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Mm. Okay. So with scale, scale is, what is scale? What? Why?
Challenging.
Where? This the order we're gonna do it. So what is scale to you? Scale is.
Do we do a googly?
No, tell me, give me your definition. Okay, yeah, Google. Sorry. It's an existing word, why would we?
What? You're an acceptor.
Only when they're like, come and read 45 pages.
Damn.
So graduated series of ascending or descending order. So that's applicable.
That's why I meant energy, right? Because you can put energy on a scale.
A graduated series or scheme to rank, of rank or order.
So where was sequencing connected to? Ah, wait, why did I think of sequencing? Because order.
Distinctive relative size, extent or degree.
A distinctive relative size. Yeah, relative size.
But it's not only size, it's also time.
Relative.
£2.
I thought it didn't come out properly.
It did to me.
It's like saying
a proportion between two sets of dimensions. Okay. What? That's your third chunk.
I have them in halves. It's my 1.5.
Okay. Okay, so it is. It's all relative. So it's the act of. What's that? Zooming in or out?
Zoom out, bro.
Yeah. It's the act of.
Means of ascent.
To scale, like to climb.
Scaling a wall. Proportions.
We can just say zoom in or out for now.
Yeah.
The act of zooming in or out. So the act of zooming in or out, this can be done and time. Where size seems to be the bigger of the two. Time seems to be one dimensional, whereas size applies to a bunch of things. So maybe we want to write like physical size.
Maybe size is 2 and 3 dimensional and time is 1 dimensional.
And you have, oh, that's the material, non-material. So then we can write material, non-material. Okay. Why? Why are we doing it? Fundamental.
In terms of people exchanging clarity.
Yeah. Where? Oh no, wait, what? We've already done where?
So
Where was
just
this?
physical. It's just it's just size and types.
Yeah, so we don't need where. So we have. Do you want to do a 1 minute run through? Given this, see how long it lasts. Because scale's so intuitive that we're really not doing very much to it. And okay. And
scale is intuitive to the human experience. It's the act of zooming in and out. You can mainly apply scale to the physical world or physical characteristics, where you can see one thing is larger than the other, or one thing is within the other. And you can apply it also, perhaps more one-dimensionally, to time. We're talking about now versus 10 years ago to now versus the last 2,000 years. The reason you would apply this is for clarity. For example, when people say the world is getting more right-wing, you can apply scale to this. What, in the last year? In the last 2 years? Because in the last 200 years, the world could be very argued that has become more left-leaning. So that's an example of using scale with time to create more clarity.
yeah, that's 58 seconds, and I think we can improve that. I think we can get that down to about 30 seconds.
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay, here I think examples for this useful. E.g.
I want to move the camera up here now, by the way.
Huh?
I moved the camera location.
Okay.
It's top right now.
Okay. For example, so cities, and then non-material is subject matter. Or ideas, right? Because you have certain ideas that exist within other ideas.
Exactly. Subject matter, exactly. Yeah.
And then time, it's very intuitive. Okay, alright, yeah. Scale's it's a very good one to start. We can move on to the next one.
Do we stop streaming and start again?
Yeah.
with another topic.
Yeah.
Hiya. Oops. Thanks, guys.
Bye.